Bitcoin saw a drop all the way down to $92,500. I believe that this was just a small taste of what's actually coming and that we will potentially go much lower than that. I will show you the exact levels I'm looking at and also what I'm going to do with my altcoins right now. Let's go. Guys, thank you so much here for tuning in once again. Why is the live stream not starting? Okay, now it's starting. I did not see it before, but now we are good. So guys, really quick, this will be a really super quick live stream because in 28 minutes I have to leave. There's a hard stop, so I'm gonna rush through everything as fast as I can, but in a manner that you still understand everything what I'm saying, so, but I have to be here a little bit faster today. So when we're looking at the DXY is or was yesterday running all the way up to 108 points and then rejected from there, came back to the downside. Now today we were also moving to the downside here, currently at 107 points, potentially running all the way back to 106.5. Once we break this level, we're going to see further continuation to the downside. I don't see any major moves here right now. No, you're not getting a video tonight. That's the whole point of making a live stream right now, so that we actually don't need to do that. Oh, wait, I see something. Is this video still not as online listed? No, it is. It is. So there's something wrong here. Let me refresh that if I can. Okay. There we go. That looks much better, guys. Much better than what I'm seeing here currently. So yeah, there we go. 125 people here. Amazing, guys. So more downside on the DXY. And now the big question is, from where is the Bitcoin drop currently coming? Is it people taking profit? Is it leverage? What is it actually? And I'm going to show you here right now. It is leverage. People are deleveraging right now. People are taking profit. We have also a lot of people shorting around the $100,000 level, what I mentioned yesterday. So when you look at the open interest on CryptoQuant, the open interest is at an all-time high, or was here at an all-time high. And it is at, what is this, almost $21 billion in open interest. So it's no surprise that we get at some point a small flush here to the downside. So currently we are sitting at $19.6 billion, but I believe this still needs to come down a billion or two before Bitcoin turns around and starts to go properly into new highs here. On the Bitcoin chart, here on the 12-hourly chart, we have dropped to the upward sloping trend line that I was pointing out for quite a long time. We're currently trying to fight to get back above it. Remember, guys, I told you this is the first stop to the downside, and if we are not able to reclaim this and get another push back to the upside, then we continue to break lower here all the way down into the midsection of the EMA ribbon, and from there I expect the proper bounce where we then come back up here, start to go sideways, and in the sideways move we will get then the altcoins exploding left, right, and center. So here currently, this is not looking all too good, so if it would close here as it is right now, I would expect that the next candle is then confirming the rejection from this upward sloping support, and that we then continue to move here already lower. So the only problem that I have with this current move is that it seems to be gradual and kind of slow, which gives altcoins time to actually not drop as low as they actually should. Because you see right now, altcoins are holding up quite well, and some of them are actually pumping again. So after we got that small move here back to the upside, which is absolutely insane. I cannot remember that I have seen something like this in all the bull runs that I was in, that altcoins were holding so good up against Bitcoin when Bitcoin was going down in a bull run. So here on the 1 hourly chart, we have broken down the handle. Remember what I told you, the handle target was already reached here at $94,000. I just gave you that yesterday. So technically, if you wanted, you could have shorted this. I don't like shorting in a bull market, so I stayed away from it. So and here now we are forming potentially a bear flag. And once that bear flag breaks down, there you go. We go almost to $89,000 if I'm not mistaken. So let me see here. But I think that's kind of the target of this. Yeah. See here. So if we break here somewhere below that downward sloping trend line, that support line, then the target is here at around $89,000 for that bear flag. And from here, I expect then that we slowly go back to the upside. On the MDX algo gradients, scalp gradients, here we have entered now a green phase, which is good. But I want to warn you here, these green phases, they can extend much, much lower before we then turn around to the upside. I want to give you an example for this really quick here. There it was short-lived. Where was the long one? So here was one really, really extended. Oh, come here. Extended green phase. Come on, print the candles here. Okay, I can just take as an example also over here, because it takes too long to load these candles. So let's see here if I find it here somewhere, because we had a green wave and then we got another green wave to the downside. Here, that's what I was looking for. So look at this here. Here was a green wave, then we came up again, then we got another green wave to the downside. This is something that I'm looking for in the current price action of Bitcoin, where you think, oh, we turn blue again, we keep now continuously going back up, and then it actually hammers you one more time to the downside. So this is what I'm looking at when it comes to the scalp gradients. And also here on the reactor indicator, you see we're entering now the phase where we at some point get the first bullish divergence, like over here. But it doesn't mean that the downwards move is finished, like over here. We still continued while the reactor was already turning around, because usually we get two reversal indications here with divergences, and then we keep going back to the upside. So, but the first one seems to be coming in really, really soon, and I reckon it will happen when we get to around, below the $92,000 level, or close to the $92,000, to the exact $92,000 mark. So most likely here, when we touch or get into that small demand zone here, then we get the first one, then we chop around a little bit, and when we then go here to the bottom of it, then we should get the second one, and then we start to push back to the upside. So now on ZoomX, I have some trades running here, guys, but here comes a big but, guys. I have enough money here to add more and more to my position. So I opened this position here because Phantom was bouncing a little bit, and I was thinking, okay, I make a quick buck, you know, so on the way back up, but I have limit orders here. And low leverage, you know, so even if it comes down to my liquidation price, I have orders above that to prevent liquidation and push liquidation price below 60 cents. So if you do something like this, be careful with that, you know. So I want to have a little bit of exposure in the market right now, just a little bit, not too crazy, just in case that we get that one more leg up that nobody is counting on anymore right now. Just for that case, you know, if we drop lower, it's fine. I have my limit orders that are going to hit, and that will average me so much to the downside that it doesn't matter that I opened here a position. You know, the same with Solana. Here I have also another limit order just above $200 to average my entry price so much down that it doesn't matter anymore. Plus that you know that I have all these Bitcoin limit orders stacked up all the way down. Let me actually show it to you again, because somebody asked yesterday where I have all these orders in the chat. I wanted to see it again. So you see here, all the way from 82 to 81,500. That's where I have my limit orders. Here one got already triggered at 93, but it doesn't matter. You know, it doesn't matter how low we go. I just keep filling more orders, and on the way back up, I will make it all up again in terms of profit. Don't forget, guys, on ZoomX is a trading competition where I'm going to help you guys coming Friday to start to turn $555 into $10,000, guys. The only thing that you need to do is use the link in the description below and deposit at least $501 if you want to be really sure, $501. and you will be automatically part of this trading competition where we trade for a prize pool of $10,000 on top of that, you know. So don't, this is like extra cash, you know. Don't think too much about the $10,000 prize pool. I anyway help you to make $10,000 out of the 555. And I mentioned it here again because I saw so many comments about this. The trades will be, most of them, publicly taken on YouTube, and the ones that are not taken publicly on YouTube, because it can happen that something moves really quickly in between, are only posted in the public Telegram channel. There's no private channel. I don't take any money for a separate group for this competition or something. Don't fall for any scammers, you know. So that's where I'm gonna post all the trades, and it will be all public. If you cannot follow the trades, you know, for whatever reason, whatever, sorry, cannot help you. You know, I don't care if you are in China, if you're in the US, in a different time zone. If you want to make money, you are up when we are trading. Let's see. Are existing accounts? Eric, I think yes. My manager, I think, said yes, that everybody that deposits at least $500, even the current ones that are included in that, I think yes. So now let's have a look at the liquidation levels. Here we have now taken out all the high leverage liquidity that was sitting below us. And that's why we get currently a bounce, because there is not a lot of liquidity to grab anymore in the short term. So we can remove these levels. But now we have still a lot of liquidity sitting here below us. And that is not high leverage, which I still think will get tapped, you know. So we're gonna tap here all the way down to this here in this block, in my opinion. That's where we're gonna tap into, grab all this liquidity that's sitting here, and then, like I mentioned earlier, then we return back to the upside. On the liquidation heat map, that's finally working again. 3 days. You see here, the liquidity is concentrated right now here at $99,300. So again, that will act as a magnet when we come back to the upside. So, but on the weekly chart, we might still have, yeah, you see, we just started to eat into the bigger underlying liquidity. So we need to wait that this gets all taken out. Look at this here, all the way down to potentially $86,000. Still, I don't believe that we go all the way down there, you know, to take out all this liquidity. But like I said here, 87, you know, there most likely it's going to stop, and then we go in direction of $100,000 to take all the shorts that have piled up here. Muse looks super bullish. I actually don't know the coin Muse. Is there Muse coin? Never heard about that. Yeah, so let's keep going here. On the weekly chart, what did I tell you guys? I told you there is a big candle coming to the downside, and we just did not know if it's this week or next week. It's this week, which is fine, because now we have the beginning of the week, which is actually really, really good that we're getting it at the beginning of the week, because over the weekend, what most likely is going to happen is that we retrace a lot of this move here, and we don't need to retrace all of it and turn this into a green candle. We don't have to do that, you know. So it is enough if we come back to $96,000, so to half of the candle, and then the whole move is most likely over to the downside, and then next week we come up and push in direction of $100,000. It will happen in the next 2 weeks, in my opinion, that we're going to break $100,000. If we say above that, I don't know immediately, but we're going to get above it on a weekly time frame. Also, if you straight away want $500 absolutely for free for just depositing $100, then sign up on Bybit, guys. All these coins that I mentioned here are the ones that you can trade on Bybit. Bybit is a long-term partner of mine. You just need to sign up, deposit $100, claim the voucher, use the voucher. All the profits belong to you. Really easy. So I have also trades running here on Bybit currently. You see here also on Phantom, I have all the limit orders stacked here. That will be a really big Phantom position once they get tapped. I have here already $10,000 in the trade, but I have here another $50,000 already in limit orders that I hope all will get filled, because that will then be a really juicy trade into next month, where Phantom has its upgrade, where we should see an insane run to the upside for Phantom. Now the dominance, Bitcoin dominance, is pumping here back to the upside, bouncing from that upward sloping trend line, following the trajectory that I just gave you guys yesterday, that I expect the dominance now to come up here, and that will lead to that altcoins going to bleed and come down into our buy zones. And then at the same time, when Bitcoin is done with the correction, that this will turn around, altcoins will start mooning again, and we break below the rising wedge, and then we're gonna get the massive altcoin run, the first leg of that massive altcoin run that we are waiting for. On the total free, also here we are in direction to move now to $835 billion again. Currently we are bouncing off $874 billion. I still believe that this goes a little bit lower, like I said yesterday, to like 855. Then it gets a short-term bounce. So why there? Because here's some support. So here's some short-term bounce, and then it comes down to 835, then turns around and breaks into a new all-time high. So Ethereum is holding up quite well in this whole drop currently, but also here I want to warn you, this starts to look like a rounding top here, the same that we saw in Bitcoin, where at some point we are just falling off the cliff, at least into the EMA ribbon to $3,150, which is absolutely fine, guys. You know, so if we come back down there, here's also a huge imbalance in this candle. I had to think about this for a second. An imbalance that needs to be filled, and most likely is going to get filled before we go higher. And once that move is done, you also see that reversal. Now you have to not to forget that here for Ethereum, as long as Ethereum was moving, all the altcoins were moving. So once Ethereum comes down, most of the altcoins will come down too. So don't forget that when this is happening. The altcoins are currently not coming massively down because the Ethereum Bitcoin chart is bouncing to the upside and is printing here this reversal pattern that I was talking about, that morning star, where we get here currently that green candle on the weekly chart to the upside. So this can go much higher. This can go to 0.038 before it's going to stop, in my opinion, this week. You know, so there I would expect that we will retrace a little bit, or next week then come down here a little bit. Then on Solana broke already on the 4-hourly chart the EMA ribbon. Here we are moving now in direction of $225, $212, in my opinion. That's not a big move anymore from where Solana currently is. And the way that the candles are behaving here, this is a typical drop pattern for me in terms of candles, you know, where you have like the staircase waterfall drop, you know. So what you need is, in the whole crypto market right now, is one capitulation candle to the downside, one big flush that lasts a couple of minutes or even for an hour, a really big red candle across the market. This is missing right now. That's what I'm waiting for. And I hope that in this big red candle, most of my orders will get filled at the bottom of the candle before it then retraces back to the upside. And that was the local bottom and the reversal sign back to the upside. Then Telegram also rejecting currently from the golden ratio, is most likely pulling back, like I mentioned, to $5.55. From there, I expect that we turn around, go back to the upside. Then Phantom, I know some guys asked in Telegram today if we can speak about Phantom. Phantom will only go higher if we break this downward sloping trend here from the current highs. As long as that is not broken, Phantom will stay below that and potentially also then pull back here into the current buy zone all the way down here at 84 cents. I have, again, a lot of orders stacked from the 90-cent level all the way down here into 84 and even at 80 cents, just in case that it happens that we are going to flush all the way down here and then go back to the upside. So here also, even though Phantom is one of the strong coins currently in this market, don't get fooled by that, guys. I have seen it many, many times. You know, I said it yesterday. You get this last gasp from the market where everything goes up, you know, and then stalls somewhere, you know, and you think, oh, this is just consolidating, and then it pushes again, you know. So no, this is the top, you know. So this is the local top, and then it does this, you know. So, and we are currently exactly in that section. We are exactly there, you know. So look what we do here. We are chopping sideways and people wait that we break and go higher, which is most likely not going to happen, you know, and you rather get here that flush to the downside. I think somebody wanted Theta, so I'm gonna talk quick about Theta. So here currently also under resistance, chopping sideways. Again, looks toppy to me, regardless what the indicators are saying. So here resistance precedes whatever the indicators are saying. So because these are key levels, they are here for a really, really long time already. And it is really, really hard for price to break through that, regardless what the indicators are saying, especially when Bitcoin is going down. So here you see all this chop, and here I also just wait for that one flush to the downside. Another one was Sui that people wanted to see. So here Sui broke also the golden ratio now to the downside. Here I would also expect definitely more downside. Currently, the extension, the golden ratio extension, is my current target here at $2.76 to $2.85. That is where I want to open new positions on Sui, not before, because once we drop off that downward sloping support here, you're gonna see also a big red candle to the downside and potentially one follow through candle that will mark the bottom, and then you get here the reversal candle to the upside. So you want to get in when this is happening here. So I would stack orders from $3 all the way down to $2.80 approximately. That's where I would layer my orders if I want to catch Sui on the next leg to the upside. Now and then WIF was mentioned. WIF also here currently below the golden ratio, can also not break this downward sloping trend line here. Only when that trend line is broken, we will reverse back to the upside. We are holding the current support level at $3.11, but I think this will get broken and we will see a move to $3 or slightly below $3 to like $2.83 or something like this, $2.78, and only reverse from there. I know some of you guys went into that WIF trade that I opened. I will keep dollar cost averaging to the downside and will have a last order at $2.79 or something like this, because I think my liquidation price is at $2.79 or something like this. So I put it a cent higher, like $2.80 or something. And from there I will not add further to that position. If it goes lower and I lose the position, fine, I live with that, so and buy then lower and open a new one. But otherwise, it looks highly unlikely that we go any lower. So GRT holding up strong here on the daily chart, I must say, but also this looks toppy to me. We came here into my target that I was talking about for quite a long time of 26 cents. We went a little bit above that. From there, we are currently retracing. Here, I would expect at least to move back to like 21 cents here to that level. And there I would keep adding to my position. And below 21 cents, I would also start layering positions all the way down here to 19 cents. Then I just spoke about Sui. Then XRP was that somebody mentioned, even though I really don't like that coin. XRP. And then I'm gonna do 2 or 3 more because I'm running low on time, guys, already. 1 hourly chart. Let's go to a 4 hourly chart. Look at the 4 hourly chart. This looks super toppy, So here I would expect a move at least to like $1.13, $1.06, something like this, here to the downside before this is pumping back. And most likely then goes to $2 and maybe even higher than that. Here on a daily chart, so also here, I wait for one big capitulation candle into this demand area before it then reverses back to the upside. So somebody tipped me for Peppercoin. So I guess you mean the OG one, because there's Peppercoin and Pepper. So let's have a look here quick. Peppercoin on the weekly chart, I think. On the weekly chart, it needs to come down. So I would say here $2.94, so it's like a 10% move, which is not crazy for a meme coin. We are currently sitting at support here on the daily chart. As long as this support is holding here at $3.25, more or less, at $3.33. As long as it holds that support level, it can run back to the upside, So, and once it breaks here, this downward sloping trend line, it's going to happen and runs back to the upside. If it breaks below that, I would expect it goes all the way down to $2.90. Now I need to think about, there was one or two other coins that were mentioned. There was Sand mentioned. So Sand, where do we have Sand today? Down here. Yeah, so Sand, I have to warn you guys, you know, so these old coins like Sand, Cardano, Ripple, there is no real intrinsic value anymore in these coins, and they only pump because I saw it in the Telegram chat. Somebody asked me, can you talk about coins on Robinhood? This guy is the exact reason why these coins are pumping, because there's a lot of unexperienced people coming into the market that were here in 2017 or 2021 and were buying all sorts of coins, you know, and were losing money, but they had also a Robinhood account, and now they have a little bit of money in the Robinhood account and see that a lot of new coins get added there, and they see Bitcoin running and the whole market is running, and they're like, oh shit, I still have a little bit of money in my Robinhood account. Maybe I should play again. You know, so what coins are they buying? All these dinosaur coins that were already here in 2017, and these are the only coins that they can buy on Robinhood. And that's why they are pumping. You don't want to be exposed in these coins. If you just want to scalp trade them, it's fine. You know, get in and out as fast as you can, but don't try to hold these coins until the end of the bull run. They might do 2, 3, 4, 5x, you know, this bull run, but why would you try to hold these coins if there's other coins, high value coins, like Phantom or Injective, that can potentially do 10, 20, 30x. So it makes no sense to hold these old coins and potentially risk to actually lose money on them. So I would not do that. I would not do that. I'm not trading, for example, Sand. I was when I saw it pumping, I saw it here, I don't know, I saw it a couple of days ago. I saw it here like at below 30 cents somewhere. You know, I was like, maybe I should open a position, you know? So I was thinking about it, and then I didn't do it. And then I saw it pumping, and honestly, I did not regret it at all, guys. I did not regret it, not one bit that I did not open a position. So now for the people that potentially have a position here, Sand is pulling back. This will come down here back to like 55 cents in my opinion. If you want to add to your position, you can do that. You know, we're currently also sitting here at some support, finding here some support at the current level. If this one is holding, then you get a short-term bounce back to 73 cents. That's where I would get out, because then you get a 20% drop to the downside to 55 cents. Most likely, that's what's going to happen. The next one, so Cardano was the other one that somebody mentioned, I remember. Also here I don't have, where are all my, I have here old stuff, really old stuff. So, okay. So here we pumped into a supply zone, so no surprise that we got rejected from here. I need to see the 4-hourly chart. So also here, the same thing with Phantom. As long as we are not breaking this downward sloping trend line, don't bother, you know, so don't bother. Most likely it will keep going lower into this demand zone of 81 cents all the way down to 72 cents approximately. And I would have my limit orders down here in that block exactly for that reason, you know, so only from here it will most likely then do something like this and push us higher. So as long as we're not breaking this downward sloping trend line, you know, if it breaks this trend line, then it can go straight up here. But until then, I would not touch it. I would not try to open positions right now. If I would be in a position, I would set a stop loss at 89 cents approximately. Yeah, 89 cents is where I would put my stop loss. If it drops 10% lower, no problem. You just buy back with the profits that you made on this position. If you did not enter at 89 cents. If it breaks higher, then even better, you know, then you just raise your stop loss. I'm gonna do one more. I try to think about what somebody else said earlier. Another coin that Arbitrum. Arbitrum was another one. So also Arbitrum, I'm interested myself in Arbitrum to get it in a nice position here. Once again, here I also expect that we move at least to 82.79 cents, something like this. Sorry guys, need to take a sip real quick. So 82 cents, 79 cents, something like this is what I expect here. And from there, we bounce back to the upside, go past the dollar, and continue the rally for Arbitrum. So Arbitrum was in the past above $2. I expect, or even higher than that. I have to check again. There's too many coins, guys. We were, yes, at $2.40. So we're going to break this all-time high, guys. We're going to break it most likely in the next 2 months. So here, a good opportunity to open new long positions that you can hold into that new all-time high. And that's what I'm personally also going to do. I'm going to open here at 82 cents, at 79 cents. A lot or a huge Arbitrum position, and I'm going to hold this into new all-time high, which will happen in the next 2 to 3 months. Guys, I have to run. I'm already 1 minute over because what you don't know is I'm going to pack, so I have everything packed in my villa already. I'm going to move. I fly today to a new city, into a new villa, a bull market villa. I'm going to show it in the Telegram channel once I moved properly in. Otherwise, you're going to see just a quite empty room with a desk for a little bit, because I have to decorate and everything. But yeah, I'm about to move. I will still do live streams. I will still do videos in that time. So don't worry about that. Even though I have to move around stuff, I will still do everything. But yeah, that's the reason why I had to be a little bit faster today, because I need to pack up all the shit that's still here in my office, Guys, thank you so much for tuning in here again. Don't forget, smash up the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you then again with more money tomorrow.